At dawn in Makoko village, a strange taste in the air caught everyone's attention. People lined up at Ubechi's small food stall to buy her famous dish, suya. This dish had once been a source of pride, but over the past few days, some villagers had become sick. A few of them complained of stomach pain and headaches after eating. Neighbors whispered that the dish no longer tasted right. It had a sour undertone that left them confused. Old and young alike began to worry. Many wondered if something was wrong with the ingredients. Ubechi worked hard at her stall, serving dish after dish with a smile, but the worry grew. The unsettling taste and sudden sickness raised questions about what had really changed in the food. Would anyone soon learn the truth behind the strange flavor and illness? Every morning before the sun rose, Ubechi started her work in a modest kitchen behind her stall. She carefully chopped vegetables and simmered sauces in large pots. Neighbors watched from afar as she mixed in secret ingredients. Lately, whispers spread that her methods were not as clean as they once were. Some said she bought meat from unknown suppliers, while others noted that she did not wash her cooking tools properly. Ubechi, once known for her honesty, had changed her routine to save time and money. The pressure to serve the growing crowd had pushed her to cut corners. Although she kept a friendly smile, her eyes sometimes darted with worry. Each day, as she stirred her pot, she hoped that no one would notice the differences. Could her need for profit be outweighing safe food practices? In the busy market square, the mood shifted. At first, people marveled at the familiar aroma of suya. However, as the day went on, soft murmurs turned into worried conversations. Villagers began to speak of stomach pains and a strange taste that lingered. A small group of elders gathered near a wooden bench and discussed the matter openly. They recalled better days when meals were safe and the food was prepared with care. The rising number of complaints could not be ignored. Word spread quickly, and soon many were watching Ubechi's stall closely. The uneasy feeling in the air made everyone alert. Some even hesitated to buy the dish they once loved. What if their trust had been betrayed by the very person they depended on for food? Despite the growing concerns among the villagers, the respected Onowu Obiajulu still craved Ubechi's dish. At his compound, the Obi, he made daily visits to the market to sample suya. His approval held much weight in Makoko village, and many looked up to him. Yet, even he seemed unaware of the issues that troubled others. Onowu's fond memories of the dish made him ignore the quieter warnings. He believed that the familiar taste meant nothing was wrong. His close aides, the umunze, noticed his disregard as they quietly shared their own concerns. They had heard stories of sickness and unsafe practices, but felt compelled to let tradition rule. As the chief enjoyed his meal with a smile, questions still bubbled beneath the surface. How could one man's love for a dish blind him to the voices of worry around him? Nkem, a kind mother, felt a deep worry when her son, Ifeanyi, refused his soup in favor of suya. Every day, he pleaded for Ubechi's food even when home meals were ready. Nkem was puzzled by his sudden shift. In the past, Ifeanyi was cheerful and eager to try different dishes prepared by his mother. Now, he complained of mild stomach pain and showed a strange fixation on the taste of suya. Nkem's heart sank as she listened to him repeat that nothing else could satisfy his hunger. She had noticed his growing list of complaints and wondered if the dish was causing harm. With a heavy heart, she began to question the safety of Ubechi's practices. How had a dish that once united the village begun to cause fear and confusion among the children and elders alike? Late one evening, Nkem decided to find answers. When the market was quiet, she walked slowly towards Ubechi's stall. Keeping her eyes open, she noticed details that seemed out of place. Nkem watched from a distance as Ubechi hurried into her small kitchen. Quietly, she peered through a window and saw that not all the food was kept as clean as before. There were unwashed cutting boards and cloths tossed aside carelessly. Nkem also saw that Ubechi sometimes received packages from unknown buyers. Each small detail added to her worry. She made a mental note of everything she witnessed. The next morning, she planned to talk to others about what she had seen. Was it possible that profit had driven Ubechi to compromise on safety? Nkem could not keep her worry to herself. Later that day, she spoke quietly with her friend Chibuzo. Together, they decided to check Ubechi's routine more carefully. Over the following days, they asked questions and even spoke with a few other customers who had experienced sickness after eating suya. The rumors grew stronger. One afternoon, a young man admitted that he had seen Ubechi mixing ingredients that did not look fresh. The meat sometimes came in a poorly sealed package, and water was never clearly filtered. Chibuzo recorded every detail on a small notepad. The discovery was shocking in its simplicity. There was nothing magical or strange about it. It was just poor food handling that could harm many. Slowly, Nkem and Chibuzo put together clues that pointed to a pattern of neglect. Could this be the reason behind the growing illness? The concerns about Ubechi's food spread quickly among the villagers. One busy morning, as people gathered in the market square, Nkem stepped forward and voiced her worries. With a clear and steady voice, she questioned the safe handling of the food. Her words were simple but powerful, and soon many others joined in. Some recalled moments when they had noticed odd smells or unclean utensils at the stall. The mood turned tense as questions were raised in the open. People began to ask Ubechi why her methods had changed. Ubechi, caught off guard and looking nervous, was unable to answer properly. Murmurs filled the air as the community demanded better practices. The market, usually filled with friendly banter, was now a place of tough questions. Would Ubechi be able to explain the sudden shift in her methods? As the murmurs grew louder, a group of villagers decided to inspect Ubechi's kitchen closely. With calm determination, led by Chibuzo, they gathered early one morning at her stall. They looked at every corner, the storage area, the chopping board, and the pots. The inspection revealed problems many had feared: old ingredients, a lack of proper hygiene, and even suspicious deliveries of meat from unknown sources. The simple act of checking uncovered details that could easily be dangerous. Instead of anger or blame, the villagers were more disappointed. Their trust had been broken by the very person who once made food for the community. The findings were recorded and later shared with the local health worker. As the group stood together, they wondered what steps could be taken to secure their meals in the future. Was change possible in their traditional practices? News of the inspection spread quickly. In a calm town meeting held at the community center, villagers shared what they had learned. They discussed simple measures to improve food safety and agreed on the need for better hygiene. Ubechi was invited to the meeting. She listened with a heavy heart as villagers explained that their health was at risk. With gentle words, many asked her to improve her practices and use only fresh, properly stored ingredients. Though embarrassed, Ubechi admitted that she had not been careful enough. She explained that times were tough and that she wanted to serve more people while cutting costs. The meeting ended with a promise to work together to make the market safer. Would this open dialogue help bring back trust between Ubechi and the people of Makoko?